Hey everyone, LazyFire here. Welcome back to Rise of the Tomb Raider. And today, well, we've seen zip lines. We've done zip lines. It's fine. Don't tell me how the zip line works, game. Anyways, we're on the Soviet installation. And you saw it when we came down here. There's something here. Yay. Oh, you cannot melee rabbits for some reason? I don't know. Anyways, what's over this way? Now you're probably wondering, why can I go up this tree? What does it lead to? It's actually your way back up there. Let me show you this. Had you need to get back to the top, that's how you do it. And, now I'm dead. Oh, yeah, that's right. I have the roll. Yay. I'm not dead. I was actually almost 100% sure I was going to die there. Nice. So, is there anything else in this little area? There actually is. This is not just like a straight path. There is some stuff off to this side. And you can see some people down there. Laura gets into her combat stance, which I think is really neat. That the game kind of gives you this idea that there's an enemy nearby. And it does this when there's hostile animals too. But we're far away from the enemy now. In some sort of challenge area. And we'll talk about the challenges in a little bit. Because there's the ones in here, you know, explore these tombs and everything. And each kind of, I don't want to say, hold on. Each kind of open world area that the game puts you into that you can explore comes with its own set of challenges. And they're worth doing because reasons. But the ones... It's for some side content mostly. Like, that you don't get more than really any normal amount of XP for it.
Kokos of Nicaea, the astronomer.
Yay, well, so real quickly, let's look at these. So we've got data corruption, Into the Darkness, which is what we're doing now. You can see here, there's just a few of them. And this is going to be a large area that we spend a lot of time in. This segment here, the Soviet installation we're in now, is actually a pretty small subset of it. And is kind of linear. So one of the things about these areas is they're not mapped. And you're probably thinking, well, that's just fine, you know? You don't need to be told exactly where to go all the time. I get turned around in here a lot. I actually came through here 2 times in my original playthrough because I was just convinced I missed something, and I actually had. And it wasn't just these coins. Wood. My resources are actually doing pretty well right now. There's going to be reason to be concerned about them later. See, one of the things about this is that if there's points of interest, Lara, sorry, I keep saying Laura, it's Lara. She'll actually start looking towards them. So if you're not quite seeing something, or you're not hitting the Q button every 8 seconds to find out if there's some highlighted item that you should be seeing, she'll look right at it. You can see something glowing over there, and this is where I was before. And I don't think there's a good way to jump just right across this. Oh, no, you can. I always miss that jump then. Huh. See how she's looking at it now? Yeah. Okay. Well, can't climb this. Ooh. All the resources that we're collecting now that seem to be kind of useless, they come into play later, and so it's worth grabbing them. I don't think there's anything else in this area. That isn't to say that we're done here. Coins, mushrooms, we're doing pretty okay. And we need to find Kokos's tomb. Where could that be? One of the things about the game in general is that like I said, if I don't have the map, sometimes you can get turned around, just because it's not that it's like super expansive by any means, but they do a really good job of making a very dense environment and giving you a lot of these little paths to go down. Like I went past this one before, just completely missed it. And what do we have here? Seems to be our orrery in better times. Maybe. One of the things about the murals throughout the game, and there are quite a few in these areas like this, the caves, is that I always think you should be able to inspect them, but the game only allows you to inspect a few of them, very specific ones. But this tomb looks very similar to the Prophet's tomb we saw in Syria. Let's see what's inside. And we get some credits. Credits are used for the side mission modes of the game. Check out the work that was done on the, if you look in the bottom right of the screen. The work that was done on these tombs is just kind of fantastic. Like, the little details are really good. And it's one of the things I appreciate about this game is that they went out of their way to really put a lot of detail into the art and the environments. So, let's get out of here. And it's one of the reasons why I don't rush around and sprint everywhere all the time. Because, you know, why do that when the environment looks so good and the detail and the art look amazing? And also you tend to miss things like this. You just run. I also like how just all these things are just... There's a consistency to all this stuff that's really good. And it doesn't feel like it's because the artists were bored or copying and pasting things. It feels like it's because they genuinely tried to make it work that way. Come on, let me strip this. There we go.
Nothing I can do for him now.
Ooh, but we can take this.
All units, word. Constantine is on his way down from the prison. We need to get this mess in order before he arrives. Hey, can anyone hear me? God damn it, we gotta get comms back up.
Comms are down, you say? Let me borrow that radio from you. Oh, couldn't. Oh well.
Never seen anything like that. Crazy son of a bitch. Rushing 3 armed men with an axe?
I don't know how they managed to take one of them alive.
Who the hell are these people?
Initial recon said there was an old village up in these mountains, but they expected farmers. Thought they'd surrender without firing a shot.
Farmers. Shit. These are trained guerrilla fighters. It looks like they drove the Soviets out of here.
Might be a good sign. If they're protecting something hidden in the mountain, then we're in the right place.
So, do you know what it is we're after?
No, it's need to know for the rank and file. But it's gotta be important. They don't usually run ops this big.
Been in the field for less than a year. Nothing's come close to this.
We haven't had an operation this big since the island. But that was a cleanup job. Now this is something else entirely. You want some advice? Keep your head down. Don't ask too many questions.
I'll check it out.
Understood.
Someone's toying with us. Something's up.
Check this guy out. So as you may have figured out, the island that they mentioned there is actually the island from the first game. And I gotta go loot the other body here. And so, yeah. And here's the guy who charged him with the axe. Seems like that was a bad plan. But the island from the first game is a big part of Trinity stuff because, well, how Trinity factors into this game. Because Trinity was actually revealed to be a thing at the very end of that game if you got all of the objects and notes and relics and everything. So, up we go.
There's more of them arriving.
Well, can't do anything about that now.
Before we get someone out here to shut that pump off, I want those crates as far away from the fire as possible. Double time. There's ammo in there, and we can't afford to lose it.
Haven't heard any shots for a few minutes now. I think we're in the clear.
Don't count on it. Stay alert until we get the comms reestablished with the prison. We're on our own out here.
That was Constantine's chopper. What the hell is he doing down here?
Not for me to say. They took one of the natives alive to question him, but it cost us 3 men. I'm guessing Command wants to know what they find out.
Constantine expects more from us. Now someone's gonna pay for that mistake.
Prioritize the live rounds, and keep them separate from the rations. Got a feeling we'll want those in easy reach.
Yes, sir. Shit. Most of these rations were burned in the blast. I think this one's a loss. We should set traps around the perimeter. Where the hell did this go?
So, something I should mention right now is that you do not, I repeat, do not want to attempt to hit somebody or stealth kill someone while holding something, unless you really mean to do it. The reason there is that if you try that shit, well, you'll hit them with the object you're holding. Yeah. Not necessarily a bad thing all the time, but like, you gotta be careful because sometimes that can be near fatal to you too.
9mm round. Anyone see?
But what we're gonna do here is clean up our last person. And you're probably wondering, why are you holding a lantern? What are you gonna do with a lantern?
See anything out by the fences?
Nothing. But we didn't see the first ambush until they were already inside. They knew the layout of this place. Shit, this was supposed to be a routine op.
The path is never easy. The Trinity expects us to walk it all the same.
It's a lantern. That. Now, I know there's one more guy I do want to show something else off. Well, no, I can't do it yet. Let me see if I can actually... Ah. Oh well. Why is it E? Why not F? Anyways. Huh. Let's pop this open. And yeah, so you can set people on fire with those lanterns.
An old Soviet plaque. Lenin lived. Lenin lives. Lenin will live forever.
Must have been a Khrushchev era thing because it's not about Stalin. Alright, pop this open and we're gonna go back real quick and we're gonna go loot the shit out of some people. Now, one of the things this game does now that they've introduced these bottles and of course the lantern that I used earlier is they put a ton of them around any area you may actually want to go through. It's kind of great. Like, you could just walk through like I did there, mashing the E button, and pick up stuff, like, easily. And there's always weaponry, there's always stuff to grab. I wish you could climb the Lenin statue. And the murals are cool. Let's see. Look. I mean, bottles are everywhere. To drop the bottles, you actually have to hold the C button. Which, not really difficult to remember, but it's one of those things that I constantly forget. And I end up trying to mash people in the face with lanterns and shit. Now, you do drop it, as you saw before and just now, if you hit the melee button, but if you sneak up on somebody with it, you hit them in the face with a piece of glass. Now, spoiler, I guess, you can turn the glass into Molotov cocktails, or the bottles into Molotov cocktails, and set yourself on fire when trying to hit somebody with it. Yeah, it's actually kind of cool. So... now, we've only found one cave so far, and that's because we're not quite out of this area yet. Oop. Want to do that. My hands are a little cold at the moment, so a little bit of numbness and forgetting to hit buttons, or not able to hit them fast enough, which is why I failed at that mash E to kill man thing earlier. Ooh, zipline. So, we're introduced to burnable walls. Yep. And thankfully, if you are holding something like this or other weaponry and you go to open a thing, you can...
We're out of time. Shoot him. He'll talk or he'll bleed out.
Clock's ticking. Die here.
Unless you tell me what I want to know.
Not just you, your whole family. Everyone. They'll all die.
Yeah, sorry. I probably should have let that play out a little bit more, but why? Alright. Ah, this. Alright, let's go talk to the guy who got gut shot.
They have him imprisoned. Got to.
Oh no. No, no, no.
Well, that's depressing. However, we have a gun. Now, if you really wanted to, you could go back to the first area we were in the game. No, don't have a lockpick. This is going to become a constant theme, where we, like I said, need to go back to areas. But now we have something that can break the barrier that we found in the first area we were in. And that's cool, but we're not going to go back there immediately. We're actually going to go do a roundup when we can get everything in there at once. And so that means we need another item before we can go anywhere. Switching weapons, I mean, it's a pretty easy concept. It gets a little bit more complicated as the game goes on, and you pick up more secondary ammo for the for the arrow, or bow and arrow. Yeah. Anyways, up.
How's it looking? I'm not sure I can stop the leak. This doesn't work. Let's crimp the pipe and get a new valve. Not sure we'll be able to find spare parts out here.
I left you in charge here.
Yes, sir. But we didn't expect such heavy resistance.
You were to be my eyes. I expected you to see. You must know what is at stake with this operation.
Yes, but no. No.
You don't.
No.
How could someone like you? Go easy. Go easy. Don't fear the suffering. Our goal is within reach, but we must be vigilant. If we succeed here, a new world awaits. One of our own making.
Constantine, you're needed back at the prison right away. We've got a captive who might know something about the artifact.
Remain faithful. We will share in the glory of the divine source.
Helga, please.
What do we do with it? No. Nobody touch him.
Looks like we got another fuel leak.
What the hell happened? This thing is 50 years old.
Yeah, but still haven't failed.
All right, let's get it shut. Can't afford to lose any more after that attack.
Okay, I got this. Hold that part steady. Just need some more leverage. Damn it. Couple is stripped. You want to give me a hand?
Yeah, sure.
That's it.
We're gonna lose all this goddamn fuel. How's it look? Damn it.
Okay. So anyways, I was just trying to get all the unique stuff we could. Guess we get on it. So, murder. I want this. Oh, shit. Right there, I just used an arrow to stop that man from attacking me. Let's see. Let's see, what else we got? Ooh, bullets. Can't use it. So, the other thing is, you can totally use glasses not only to distract, but to knock people around a bit. Like this guy. So, if you really felt the need to, you could knock people around with glass bottles and such. But right there we saw another mechanic of the game, which is enemies will stand in fuel puddles. I was going to say ponds, basically what that was. And you can throw stuff at them. That will set them on fire. Fire looks really good in this game, for the most part. Water and ice are really the main components of the game, but the fire technology from the original Tomb Raider reboot is still there, still looks pretty good. And... I'm overly excited to find trees. I don't know why. But
Constantine is here. The man who tried to kill me in Syria. He's violent, dangerous, but worse, he appears entirely devoted to his misguided beliefs. I seem to have a habit of running afoul of religious zealots. But I suppose it all goes with the territory. His men on the radio mentioned a prisoner with information. Could it be one of the natives I've encountered? And if so, what does he know? Trinity will not be kind in their methods. Perhaps I can find him. Find out what he knows. Earning the trust of the locals might prove useful.
okay, so now that we have bullets, it's actually kind of useful to have the increased ammo looting. Now, mind you, this actually comes into play with arrows as well, by the way, because you will be able to get arrows from enemies. So I'm thinking this is really where I want to go. But at the same time, I do like rapid crafting, I do like incendiary bombs, but I don't really use it all that much. I may actually go with the thick-skinned option here. This is really helpful. Worth taking early in the game. Dodge counter, dodge kill. Would actually need those, so I should really take that next. Anyways, before we end this episode, I do want to go through what our options are for upgrades. You know, now that we have... I'm thinking this might be our next pick. We don't need to hoard cloth quite yet, which I will be doing later because of Molotov cocktail reasons. So I don't feel too bad about using that. Extra pistol ammo is helpful. Really, extra ammo for anything is really good. So you're going to notice that even though I don't have the semi-auto pistol unlocked, I do have some pistol options. These are DLC pistols. I'm going to wait until I unlock the semi-auto pistol before I start using these things. These are actually, they're not like... I should stop myself from saying that, oh, they're special or something like that. They should be about on the same level as just your normal ones. So I won't go beyond those. We can upgrade this pistol. Let's see. Apply to all pistols is really what we're looking for here. We don't want to go with anything that's revolver only because I fucking don't like the revolver. So we're going to do that. And we had some bow upgrades, but we've gone and fucked ourselves on those. Yeah. These two options are pretty good. Especially with the makeshift longbow. Once we get the compound bow, oh, it's on. So, let's find ourselves something nice to wear. And we'll wear that in the next episode. Red expedition jacket. A leather jacket. No, let's stay. Ah, the reimagined Antarctic outfit. There you go. So, we'll wear that in the next episode. Anyways, we have 3 fast travel destinations, but we're gonna continue soldiering forward. And we'll do that next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you then.
A prophet must have his followers. Kokos of Nicaea was one of the prophets first. Branded a heretic in his home city, Kokos joined the pilgrimage north. His knowledge of the stars helped guide the way. It is said that Kokos and the prophet would sit for hours under the stars debating the nature of the universe and man's fraught place within it. For the prophet, he built an orrery of planets and stars, so that even during the dark of winter, he might gaze upon the night sky.
First day in Siberia, and it happens. 2 years in Afghanistan and another in Indonesia, nothing. But one day out here on the ice, and pop, I get a kill. Watch the man's eyes go glassy as he begged me for something. Not Russian, no clue. I waited with him and watched. 1 minute he was there, and next, nothing. Just meat. I got sick on the snow, all mixed in with the kid's blood, but he's just meat now, and I'm alive. Constantine keeps telling us we're out here for a special reason, tells us we're doing God's work. I'm starting to see that now.
I know I've taken some jobs of questionable legality, and I know you're not happy about it, but I couldn't pass up this contract. Been trying to get work with Trinity for years. They're discreet, the pay is obscene, and they always have opportunities. Now here I am, and I already want out. We're at an abandoned Soviet installation in the middle of nowhere. No one's telling us low-level contractors what's going on, but I think I might be helping some seriously scary people get a nuke or something equally awful. Honestly, that's the best-case scenario. Ping me back if you get this. I've carved out a secure channel on the network. For an operation like this, you'd think they'd have better security, but I guess that's why they hired me.
The Red Army is coming. I've been tracking them for weeks, watching as hundreds of men build the iron monstrosity across the ice. Men have died, their frozen bodies left scattered in the tundra. No rites of passing, no burial or burnings. These new invaders are cruel, godless men. Do they come seeking the precious metals of the mountain? Or like so many before them, are they drawn here by the divine source? My people must again prepare for war.